All right, I'm on hole number 18 of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day Tournament. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. I'm in my 99 account, T4 clubs, and we can get this done. This is a hole that we can get done, and I tanked it on the front. I had some lag issues, but I'm not going to blame it on the lag. I hit it. You can hit this. Let me find the hole here. You can hit this hole. The way I'm setting this hole up, you can hit this drive about one ring to the right, a perfect, and maybe two rings to the left, and I hit it like three rings great to the left. And there's a little window here because we're coming in with curl, so we're not trying to go straight at the hole and make this long. We're trying to come in so that the ball's coming in at this movement right here, or kind of like where the yellow line is. So we're trying to shorten that up so that we're coming across it in a straight line and making it as short as possible. And so if you hit, the farther to the left you hit, the more you're coming in where you're lengthening this out. And I tanked that shot. So we can't have that happen. I hit it so far great that instead of coming in at the angle where it's coming in on the other side of the sand, it actually hit in the sand and then bounced out and it was in the rough. So we need to get my angle right here. I need to get the angle right. I need to put a little bit more topspin on it as the deal. So there's a fine line on the topspin. If you put too much topspin on and you hit it right, you're trying to clip the fairway on the other side of that sand. You're trying to clip that little fairway island. And if you clip that fairway, you need to get to that fairway island, but you want it to make sure it stops rolling before it gets to the other side. And so if you put too much topspin on it, you'll roll off to the other side and end up on the rough on the other side. And so it's very sensitive on how much topspin you can put on. And I need to take this bag right here. Because if that big dog isn't the secondary club, if I don't have that in my bag, then we're done. We're on a birdie track. And if there's any issues at all with this drive, this is one shot at a time. If there's any issues at all with the drive, then I'm going to take a deep breath and we're going to bag the eagle shot and we're going to immediately start playing to secure our birdie, because this is a birdie par 5 with an eagle opportunity. And you can find yourself in trouble because people hit from the rough to the rough, from the sand to the sand, and you cannot do that on this hole. If you have upper developed stuff, you can dink around a little bit and still recover. But if you've got lower developed stuff and you end up in the rough or the sand on the drive, you need to get to the fairway. If you feel super confident with the big dog max overpower hook shot, it's going to be very easy just to get to that spot. So like where my opponent's at, they may have a hard time getting over to this fairway pad. So just hit it where you would hit it if you were doing the max overpower with the, I think, because of the raw distance here. Okay, see where I'm at. I'm just barely clearing it with that topspin. So with this wind, I want to go right there towards the tip of that sand when I'm in max overpower. Try and hit it perfect. Oh, and that is not going to be good. I will probably make it over, but that's going to end up in the rough because it's shorter on that. So maybe. Nope. That is so damn lucky, because the rough it's shorter out there to the rough. The distance to the rough is shorter because you're coming at it at that angle. So instead of coming out on the deep part out here on the tip of that fairway area, you're terminating early. And so it's if you hit more than one ring great to the right, typically you're in the rough. And I got super lucky there. But that angle that gives me is not my favorite angle for trying to get up to the risk on this max overpower hook shot is that you'll over curl it and clip this sand rough area right here. And so trajectory here is key. And I don't have as much curl on this one, so I'm going to go right at it. Right at the flagpole. I'll put on about 2 and a little. I'm going to take the wind out. It's 2.5 per ring, so I'm going to do a little less than a ring. Got just about all of it. Now it's a question of whether I overcurl. Perfect. Perfect. And we'll drop a little bit back down towards the hole because there's a backboard there. And that's what I'm looking for. Nice and easy. And it all boils down to that drive. If you can get that drive, and if I was my opponent, what I would have done in that situation is that I probably would have just hit to the spot that I was trying to get to on my drive, because I know that max overpower hook shot. I've taken that shot I don't know how many times. And when I failed on hole number 9 on the front, it wasn't because I took that shot. I failed because of the drive. And so I would probably just try and hit to that spot so I could get on the green. I know that shot. But it doesn't do you any good to go from ending up in the rough, and you got to put yourself in a good spot. All right. Didn't pick up a couple of the par 4s here. Didn't hit perfect shots going in them. I was in the right spot. I had the right clubs. I had the right ball. Did not hit perfect going into the cup on the par 4s, and that is the reason I'm at. I missed 3 of the par 4s and then screwing up the drive on hole number 9. Hole number 9 is super important to our game here. I'm not too disappointed with the round. I know that this account is 100% capable of shooting minus 30, because it boils down to those par 4s, and those par 4s, anybody can get those par 4s done. Upper developed, lower developed clubs, especially if you have clubs that have some ball guide and a little bit of accuracy. And if you've got a Kingmaker and you've got a Firefly, you have clubs that have ball guide and a little bit of accuracy, especially the Kingfisher. The Firefly is iffy, especially if you got it in a really low level, but if you get it up a little bit, it gets to right at 2 per ring. So we can get this done with our lower level account as long as we don't fail on the par 5s or the par 3s. Let's see what the tiebreaker was. Opening round of 12 and 19. So I've picked it up. So I'm not too disappointed with that. I usually, if you're new to the channel, I ramp up. I'm always discouraged when I pop out a monster score in the opening round, because I'm usually trying to peak in the weekend round, and it's the way my progression goes. So going from minus 12 to minus 13 in the weekend round, my goal here is minus 30. This account is 100% capable of shooting minus 30 with the clubs that it has. Which, if you've got upper developed clubs, is, that's a score that a lot of people are looking for. I think with upper developed clubs, you have a much better chance on the early 2 par 5s of picking up, or at least giving yourself a look at Albie. So you have a better chance of getting higher than 30. But with this account, 30 is not necessarily the highest that it can get, but 30 is a realistic goal. All right. That was the opening round in the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournament in my 99 account. Thanks for watching.